name is Kekfeng. I'm from Malaysia. I'm a graphic designer. I'm from Malaysia. Uh, yes. Ah. Yeah. I'm gonna talk about my background first before I go through to show you some of my work. I think it's really important. My background is a big influence for me, like what I'm doing the next always. Yep. So this is where I grew out. I grew up in a small village in Malaysia. This is behind my house. You can see here like, a lot of plant tree and yeah, there's nothing to do with design there. So and yeah, also this is the city I grew up. It's called Malacca. It's one of the oldest town in Malaysia. So we have a lot of big influence from. We used to be colonized by Portugal, Dutch, and British, and then we have other influence from Indian, Chinese, and Malay. It's really a big mix of, a big mix of culture. And because of this, I get a lot of influence, from many things, and it's a nice thing. I'm really happy to grow up there, and then of course, and we have a lot of different kind of cuisine there. So we always eating and eating and eating more and more. So this is what we do every day. And also, of course, because of that, always make me very curious of everything. And I like to eat a lot, and then I always like to try everything. And one thing very important, my hobby. Unfortunately, I cannot do it anymore. It's really nice. It's really practiced me a lot. It's bring me like always. I'm thinking a lot based on this. When I was a kid, my father used to send me to a martial arts school like Kungfu because I do a lot of fighting with my brother. So we always fight together. And then my father want us to become more disciplined, and then you had to be, learn like more to behave. And then when I was teenage, I'm really into it. I'm really focusing. So because I want to get attention from the girls, but it doesn't work out in the end. And then I'm getting more serious and serious. I'm doing really hardcore, and then I'm become like sort of. When I was high school, almost end of the high school, I'm quite professional. I do a lot of fighting, and unfortunately, I was injured. I had to give up everything. Before 20, when I was 20, I had to give up everything. So I had to stop doing and then I cannot further study because my high school high school result was really bad, and I have dyslexia. I cannot read quite well. I only look at visual always. And I think maybe drawing I can do. I went to college, like art school, and in the beginning I planned to do maybe I can do fine art because I like to draw, but I have no idea what is fine art. And then my parents say, maybe you can do something with drawing and you can earn some money. This is maybe advertising, graphic design. And I had no idea what is that about, like no clue at all. And then, I went to graphic design. And one of the nice thing I like to do is photograph in graphic design course because I like to look at image. So I always try to, I like to use like analog camera, and then I shoot a lot. And then also I like to try out with expired film. So always they come out with unexpected results. So because of the expired film, to develop is quite expensive. Every time I shoot, I had to think a lot. So, and then I also had to get the right moment. So I start to make a great system in my mind already. Then before I shoot, I had to think about it, and then the positioning, and then so. And after I graduated from the college in Malaysia, and then I went to a design studio like other classmates together. Like I do the same thing. So this really like maybe 12, I think more than 12 years ago I do this work. I make a lot of commercial design and some book design also. After that I went to advertising to try out because I'm curious, just want to experience different things and try out more and more. And then I find out what I don't like. And then also, but in advertising studio, I learned a lot, and then I find out that they have in a big team, they always have this hierarchy. So if you are junior designer and senior designer, etc. And I see myself after 5 years, after 10 years. So and then I doubt a lot because yeah, maybe it's not what I want to do. And then yeah, and I start to think about why I'm designing and what should I do here. And then one thing remind me is a flashback when I used to practice Kung Fu a lot, and then yeah, we always had to do a lot of figure out a lot of reference and what the previous master what they're doing, and then I realized that all the Kung Fu master when they get they know all the basic, they learn everything, they have to start to design their own move because everybody is different. So everybody have different weight, different height. Of course, they have to make something to fit them. So I was thinking, maybe I can use this spirit, this metaphor to on design, even though I cannot do Kung Fu anymore. So and then I really cannot figure out what can I do, and then I start to travel. So I cannot find an answer. So I start to travel, and yeah, and then I want to to explore more, and then why I moved to Holland, and then why Holland, because Malaysia, actually our alcohol is quite expensive, and then I went there, for alcohol. Now, of course, also Dutch design is quite well known, so yeah, it's very experimented, also quite systematic and very freedom, so I can try a lot of different things, it's quite diverse, and just to see more. And what I did in Holland, of course, I drink a lot again. And then I went to a design school in The Hague. So and I studied there for 2 years. In fact, personally, I don't like to study because I just take a study as a reason for me to stay longer in Europe. I just want to explore more, actually. So just to see more and then explore more and try out to meet my Dutch friend there, my Dutch classmate, and see what they're doing. Also, quite important thing for me, I do a intern there, and then I learned. I do a lot of intern there. I think I studied there for 2 years. I do almost 1.5 years for intern, and then after that, I do my school assignment in the evening. So I always do. I always try to get as much as possible for me. So for other studio also, and I do a lot of poster design there. And after I finish school, of course I drink a lot again. So and then I was quite lucky. After my graduate, I got a job offer in Studio Damba. So Studio Damba is one of the oldest studio in Holland. So design studio in Holland, and then you can the ex-founder like Gert, he's the left hand side. So this is like first generation, and then this was my colleague. We used to work together. So and then inside the environments. I was very lucky. I worked there for 5 years. I got involved in many different projects, and I select few projects to show. And I used to involve with education, culture, and commercial projects. And then I can give a small introduction about Amsterdam Simonetta. Is one of the nice projects I used to work with, and also they are the string orchestra located in Amsterdam. It's a And Studio Damba used to have you work for the design for the corporate identity for them before, and then they have an agreement like every year they would pick one designer from the studio to design the whole poster series for them. And this is for me is I was quite lucky. I involved for 2 years for this assignment, and then I was really pressured also because I feel really tense for me because. The previous designer, everybody doing quite well. So I try to work really hard to find my answer. So every assignment for me to have a question. So like with this, then it's quite to visualize the music is for me is really hard. Also and then I do a lot of research and thinking. It's really hard for me to do this because I never experienced like string. I never went to string orchestra before, and then I tried to attend few of them, and then try to understand. So, but when people asking me, "Are you playing instrument?" and I say, "Yeah, I do," but this is what I do actually for instrument, like lion dance. Maybe everybody, a lot of people know about it. When I practice Kungfu, I do this a lot. So it's like music for me is like a communication. Like what the string orchestra play also for me is a language already. It's really hard to visualize. And I was playing that. I used to play this for 10 years. So, and then, oh, this is really confusing, and then I cannot, it's a different language. So this is which actually people think like lion dance, we have a signal also, we know where to put the signal also, like the lion, the people do the lion inside, and the drummer. I'll show you some. There you can see. So we have different signal also, and then for me it's like it's a question. It's like and then I stop thinking. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't think too much. So I just use the way how I visualize a music, and then I start to design, and I start to sketch a lot. I do a lot of practice, and try to understand, try to get more emotion on it. And yeah, this is one of the posters I do before. Like it's about jazz. The poster is about jazz with the 3 different artists together. Yeah, I start to put the jazz feeling with the smoke inside, and this is one of the process I show you how I get there, and then I start to sketch. And this was the outcome. And also, so the color is quite bright. Yeah, sometimes when I design a poster, I can go very fast. Like the first phase, then I'm done. Sometimes because it's depending how far I want to go. Sometimes it's quite hard to say when can I stop the poster designs. I can keep move on and on. Like, this poster is when I show to the client. I say, I was doubting. So I say, yeah, maybe I shouldn't go to this stage, and because of the deadline, I had to show the client, and I just explained to the client. Actually, I think still can be better for this content, and this was the outcome. So it's a big difference. And then I have other poster I do. So it's quite different. And this is a poster about the clown, the Viking, and the classicals. Like three different integrate together. And then I just try to emphasize more about clown from the briefing, and then I try to sketch more and more. This was the outcome. And these other posters about dancing. So music with dancing together, and then I start to sketch again. And I try out with different color, and it's like never ending sometimes. Yeah, so for me, I can do it like a few weeks together, on and on. And then this is the outcome, yeah. And after that, I was quite lucky. The client they invite me to do the second series again, and then I try to implement with picture together, with illustration. So it was quite, yeah. I just find my way to do it, and more and more. So I also, of course, the culture project is very interesting. Also, I have to work with some like corporate clients, like Sounds Energy. It's a company. It's a new company that do the service to transform the warm energy to cold energy for the factory use. So it's the brief is like they want super direct and prominent, so very direct for everything. So it's also very new. Sometimes I just try to keep it simple, and I drew a logo for them, and they want the logo from the briefing, and just keep it really simple and direct. And also, one of the interesting project I used to work in Studio Damba is Nemo Science Museum. It's a science museum located in Amsterdam. So it's not a museum only for visit. You can play around and experience. Like you have fun. A lot of kids everywhere. It's super crowded. It's nice to go. Every time I went there for meeting, I get really a bit annoyed because they have too much kid inside. So it's a lot of noise. I cannot really focus. And then they have a lot of experiment. And the question from them, they want to brand refresh, and this is a old logo for them, old identity from them. So this is what they want to do, and this is the uniform from them before, and then the old logo. So what I'm doing there is we work together with 3 people, like me, another designer, and another intern together. We start to sketch about. To find out the answer, show you some process. So we sketch a lot and we try out different things. And then I was quite lucky, and then the client just selected my proposal, and then this is what I did for them. And then the idea just want to keep it really simple and simple shape for kids and easy to recognize. Also not so. According to the bridge, it's not. I shouldn't be too much too childish, because the Nemo is for everyone. It's not only for kids. They want to open for more, and also I try to find the intriguing way to show them, and very fast to recognize it. And in the implementations for openings, for application, like the uniform also changed to black and really simple. Because in the museum it's super crowded, they have kids running around, and then just want to keep it really easy, and then people can recognize them very fast. And inside the lab, and in other implementation for like secondary color, it's really basic. With picture. Oh, and then I show you some motion, what I did, sorry. also other ones with image. Okay. And besides I work in a studio in Holland, I try to also try to find something nice to do, and then try to figure out what can I do next to the studio, and I do some self-initiative project, and yeah, of course I do like screen printing, like to show like for yeah it's a postcard for New Year. And I try to make emotion, also have fun. I just try to find something like can push me more further on. I try to experiment more. I always play with different things. And yeah, I also do it's a non-profit assignment from my friend. She organized the program like Holland Japanese Film Festival. And yeah, in this in 2015 they want to like emphasize on like a female director. Female director, like the filmmaker, and then it's also like more for celebration, like the 10th anniversary. So I try to push up more like super simple and direct, also very vibrant. And then I decided to move back since last year, and then because I think maybe I should travel more to see more, because I always feel if I stay for one place for too long, then maybe I should travel more to see more, because I want to try different things. And then I fly to Moscow. I travel by land to Malaysia, so I was doing a long journey, like a few months, and when the funny thing, when I travel back to Malaysia, from the south of Thai to Malaysia, I see this sign. It's very interesting because we used to this sign. It's like we have many languages. In Malaysia, we use a lot of language inside. So it's in the border. Like when I just from Padang, I went to Padang Besar, and then I see this. It's very interesting. I start to realize in Malaysia it's super rich, the culture, because if I don't go like travel outside a lot of country, for me it's very hard to realize. Hard to see myself. I would say that. Also, what I have is the snack. It's very interesting. It's not baby. It's inside is not baby. No. We use a lot of different language also, and when it's really nice. For me, it's just I'm really curious, and this is really weird, but it's nice to see. And and then I in Malaysia I stay there, and then I have some small assignment, little assignment. It's not a really big assignment. I have some friend. They asked me, Mega is a security little security shop. They want something big and strong, but they are really small. Only one employee inside. So my friend, he start this business, and maybe you can make a logo. I just want a logo. So I was thinking, okay, maybe I can do it for you. We try out something, but in the end, he's still a bit doubting. But I can show you some. It's really only this is from him. He's like, I want something maybe like this. Okay. So he's thinking about that, and maybe no. I say I can try something for you, really simple. Just make something. It's a really small project. Like one day I have to finish it, and also like Dolemi Music School is really super local for kids. They want to learn some music, and this is just want to be fun, because the previous identity for them is like this. It's super, like for me it's like okay, then you had to change. I say that then if you want to be more fun, so it's super local for me. Like it's interesting, and for me it's nice because in the content that start to, in Malaysia, we have like, sometimes you can see only one language or two language or three. So it's really fun to try out. And then I try to propose them. I show them some proposal. This was sketching. I try out. And yeah, I try to show them that I propose this to them, so they can use for like for the promotion. Also for flyer, how they're gonna show it in the end. That it's really playful for kids also. Like, we don't use image inside the identity. We only use graphic. This is what I propose them. And then I figure out that I have more to learn than, and then I think, maybe I should focus something. And then I keep trying and trying, and I have more to learn. And then I think, maybe I should move to somewhere I can learn, to figure out, to learn more about with other language, to see how to apply like Chinese language, how to use it. Also, I always keep in mind, we are quite diverse. We have to learn. We know everything. Yeah, we not. I wouldn't say we know everything, but we like. We are curious. I'm curious for everything. I always say that. I want to try out. So I'm focused to use Chinese typeface and to how to explore with Chinese typeface and to use like in different content. And I have some assignment in Beijing. I moved to Beijing. Until I think the contract will until next year. We'll see. Yeah, this is my new colleague. We work together now, like with different designers, and then yes, in this studio. Yeah, in this I quite like it. It's not only sitting behind a computer. We sometimes we give some workshop to some non-designer in China, in Beijing. So in Lava Beijing we do together. We work together with like Type Foundry in Beijing together, and then we try to explore more for like non-designer. So we use the concept of the really like a toy, innocent. We make a stem out of the shape. So you can see that all the rubber stem there. So they can use the stem to design their own name. So it's quite fun to do that. So yeah, mostly they are non-designer, you can see. And yeah, this is some of the outcome. So now I'm still looking forward for more. So thank you.